Oh, nice. I'm live. Okay, we're live for the first time in like a long, well, not the first time, but I'm live for the first time in a while, actually, I should say. Um, oh my goodness. Whoa, this is so cool. This is a little nerve-wracking, but it's all right because we're gonna get through it. We're gonna get through it. Um, I'm gonna kind of wait it out a little bit to see if I can get other people to join or to see if other people join. I'm going to also be communicating on Instagram to see if I can get more people here um, to join this live. Okay. What am I doing? Story. Okay, create. Wait, is this the right? Oh, it is. I can't. I don't see anyone here. All right. So if you guys hear any noise in the background, my apologies ahead of time. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So essentially, the reason why I was going live or I decided to go live tonight was because there are a lot of things that are changing with Magic of Eden, right? And I, in no way, shape, or form, wanted to structure this live. I kind of want to I want it to be just what it is. And the reason is because I just feel like I want to, I guess. I don't know. But if you guys hear anything in the background, it's my iPad going off, which I should probably turn that down. Um, okay, yeah, let's go ahead and turn that down. I'm gonna keep getting uh notifications. Okay, anyways, so we'll see if that works. Okay, there we go. Okay, yes. So, anyways, moving forward. So, essentially, the reason why I wanted to come on here is because I wanted to discuss the things that are changing with Magic of Eden that I'm super excited about. So, as you guys know, if you guys don't know this, I am a witch. I'm an intuitive. I'm also an author, writer, and poet, right? And I am notoriously known for merging the arts of poetry and magic. I have written 2 books so far, and I'm also going to be writing other books in the future. Now, oh, it looks like someone's here, but I don't know who that is. Whoever you are, welcome. I don't know who's that person, but thank you for coming, right? Um anyways, moving forward. So if you guys don't know, like I said, I am a witch and all that good stuff, right? So I do a lot of channeling and I'm also very creative. So I like to kind of merge those two worlds together because I'm someone that really does believe that your magic is art and it definitely is a creative and a very intuitive process. And so I really like to challenge myself to merge those two worlds together because what is a poem if not magic or word or a way for manifestation? And also, what is a poem if not a spell, right? So I'm someone that really does like to merge these two worlds because, again, that's just how I vibe, right? But also, there is a part of me that does like to show up in a way that is very obviously authentic, right? And also in a way that serves my soul tribe. So I like to make a very relatable experience for those who look like me and for those who don't, right? If you vibe, you do. And if you don't, that's also great. And I know that for me, that my life requires me to step into the forefront, step into the public eye, and step up to share my story in a way that does not portray me to be a victim, but in a way that is very empowering. So that's essentially what I'm about. And that is also what I'm being tasked to do. And it's been a really long journey. Like, if you guys have been with me for a while, you guys know how important it is for me to go through my life lessons and for me to receive the wisdom that I need in order to help my soul tribe. Like, I'm always, and I always have been about using my own experiences, using my own traumas and things like that to help not only transform myself, but to also help others transcend beyond their pain and their suffering. And so I feel like now is a time where I'm being tasked to step up and do more of that, but in a way that is a bit more different. So I'm someone that does a lot of the work behind the scenes. Like, I'm not someone that does a lot of in-person work, if that makes sense. Like, a lot of my work is it used to be behind the scenes, but now I'm getting more used to appearing more online. I'm getting more used to, showing up in a way that not how am I'm starting to get more used to having to show up consistently. That's what I mean to say. And for me, I spent so much time in the background because I was never used to really having the spotlight. But for those of y'all that don't know this, I am someone that loves astrology. Like, astrology is infused in everything that I do, from the candles that I create, right? The candles that I make in my online apothecary, to my poems. Like, astrology is there. Like, it's everywhere, right? Like, my craft is my craft. And you'll know that. If you know where to purchase my books and things like that, like, you'll see. Anyway, so basically, with that, having said that, my 10th house is going to be on the forefront or in the spotlight for the next 20 years, because Pluto is transiting, or will be transiting, my 10th house for the next 20 years. This is a big deal for me. And the reason why it's a big deal is because, for one, my Saturn sits in the sign of Aquarius in the 10th, 11th house. 11th house if it's Placidus, 10th house if it's in whole signs. And that's a lot of things dealing with the public. And I am someone that I feel, right, that I have a duty to show up for the world, for my friend groups, and my legacy will reflect the things that not only that I went through, but also me overcoming those struggles and how I was able to use my own pain to gift them, right, as or offer them as gifts to the world. And so that's really where I'm headed now. And so I'm just going to do the best that I possibly can to continue to show up. So why am I saying all this? Well, the reason why I'm saying all this is because I'm going to start getting more into creating not only an appearance online or creating a community online, but also creating a community in person. So there's going to be a lot of things that I'm going to be doing more to start creating more of that space. Now, some of the things that I can say that I'll be doing is I will be obviously coming here on live a lot more. I finally have gotten into the habit of creating content. So now that I've been doing that, I can safely finally say that I will be going live a lot more often. It's so funny because I started off going live. I started off and then I would stop and then I would start, going live again, then I would stop. And I think around that time, like, I wasn't really taking myself as seriously as I am now. And a lot of that is changing for me. Like, if you guys knew the amount of things that were transforming in my life, you'd be like, wow, like, every single last aspect of my life right now is being put on blast, right? Not in a negative way, but it's being put on blast in a very positive way or in a very favorable way, because I feel like everything is just simply helping me to transform. Now, the way that this relates to you guys is that the more that I show up, the more I can be of service to you. And so I'm learning how to just simply accept myself for where I'm at right now and then show up and do the best that I can to improve. That way, what I am building is beneficial and is of value to you. And if you guys have been with me for a while, you know that I have been talking a lot about community this, community building, trading and bartering and things like that. And I feel like for those of us who are meant to be community leaders in some way, I feel like we're now in a space where we're called to, step up more. And I feel like for me, I'm being tasked with stepping up more. And so that is how I'll be stepping up more. I'll be stepping up more by going live more often, right? Creating more content, right? Creating these spaces where we can create a dialogue, where we can have conversations. And it's going to come. I'm also going to be sharing a lot more, not a lot more, but, more about my past and whatnot, in hopes that it will help my soul tribe transcend beyond the things that they went through, before. And I say the word transcend a lot, which is kind of like, I don't know. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. So essentially, yeah, I will also be stepping up more because by actually, I'll be stepping up more by going to more open mic nights. That sounds like it sounds so crazy saying that because there was someone who recently, right, gave me a well, yeah, it was kind of recent. They gave me a reading and they got the same vision that I was getting, right? And in that vision, it was, just kind of me sharing my poetry. That's all I'm going to say. And I feel that right now I'm actually guided more towards sharing that poetry more out loud, but also creating a space in that way. I can't say exactly what it's going to look like. All I know is that I have my visions, and that's about all that I can say to that because it's going to be so unique, but it's going to take for me to show up and come out more. And that's what I'm working on now. And it's a really scary thing because, especially with what I see on social media, it's just crazy because so many people, they expect perfection and they expect for you to be a certain way, to look a certain way. And it's just like, for me, I'm all about like, I'm always someone that takes criticism and I try my best to perfect myself according to what they're criticizing me about, right? Or what they criticize people for, if that makes sense. So I'm learning how to be more gracious, more gentle, and more appreciative of, my natural gifts, my natural talents, my beauty and things like that, so that I can show up and be a good example if that makes sense. And I'm not doing this because I feel like I have to. I'm doing this because I feel like that's the best way that I can show up in an authentic way in order to help my soul tribe. Because I'm a firm believer and a knower that it's not all just about me, that it's also about my soul tribe. So I feel like there are people like me who exist in the world. There are people like you who exist in this world. And I feel like the more that I trust myself to create this space, the more of my soul tribe that I will encounter or that I will align with, that I will start to become more not inclusive, but that I'll just align with. And I feel like I'm now in a space where I can confidently say that I'm ready. Like I feel like I'm ready because I don't want to be afraid anymore. And that's just kind of where I'm at. Now we're gonna be talking a lot. Well, we may be talking more about those personal details along the line. I am someone I don't like to put too much of my personal things like this out there unless it's in poetry because I feel like I can do it in a creative way where it's more acceptable. And I'm more someone that likes to use my own pain and like I like to use the things that I go through as teachable moments for someone else to help them. And so I may not come across as very like personal, but I'll do the best that I can to share more with myself in a way that can teach my soul tribe something or in a way that helps them connect and to open up. And essentially like that's what I feel. Like that's what I feel that I'm called to do. And again, I'm going to be doing this by showing up, doing more work, more work with my poetry, writing more books, performing more, and doing the best that I can to create those spaces. Now, Magic of Eden is definitely expanding, and I kind of want to go into story time a little bit, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do that right now. I think I'll go into story time in another live video or in an actual video. And the reason I say that is because I feel like that's a teachable moment. So I feel like that's probably the reason why. Yeah, I'm not gonna go live right now. I'm thinking about making a video about that actually after this. Um After this live. I'm not really sure. We'll see how I feel. Okay. And yeah, I mean that's really what this live was about. I'm gonna start getting more into crafting again because I went through like this like long stretch of not creating any products in the apothecary, but now sorry you guys, my candle was like I have this self-love candle going like burning and it was like I thought I heard it talking. Anyways, so yeah, I'm gonna be getting you know what? That was a sign because the moment that I said that I was gonna start going back to crafting because there was a long stretch. You guys, I don't want to say there's a spirit here, but there's a guide here and they're talking to me. I don't want to touch the candle though. There's a guide talking to me. Okay. That was so interesting. That is so interesting because the moment that I said that, yeah, the moment I said that, that candle started talking. Well, the guides are talking, and these are the wow. I can't believe that this is happening right now while I'm on camera, which I find to be really interesting. Okay, so I'm getting I'm getting downloads, and I'm gonna lock them in my memory box. So essentially, yeah, I'm gonna start back, crafting and doing things of that nature for, the apothecary, and it's gonna be great. Like, I'm so super excited about that. Things are getting pretty legal, so I'm not gonna say any more than that, but things are getting pretty legal, and I'm really excited about that. So, um, yeah, I'm gonna be doing that and just doing more work with the community and figuring out how I can do that. I don't know exactly what it's going to look like, and I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it all the way. Like, I have like my things that I have in my own head, but then there's there's the other things that I'm not too sure about right now, which are going to happen along the way. So what the word is spontaneity. I feel like I'm being called to do things in a more spontaneous way, and also take these spontaneous bouts of inspiration and then create like a practical plan in order to make them real. And I'm really understanding the importance of doing that, and I'm understanding myself a lot more. I'm understanding my natal chart a lot more, and I'm understanding and I'm seeing, I'm understanding and overstanding how everything ties together. And I'm just super excited to be sharing that. So I'll be going more into the apothecary. I'll be sharing that, merging, my poetry with my essentials, which is so amazing because I actually have one of my books here, which I love. It's, oh my God, I love it. This is the hardcover. This is The Magic of Healing. I'm really excited about this book, and the reason is because it is so much better than the first book that I did. I was thinking about going back and redoing the first one. I take my time with like a lot of things, but anyways, and as I say that, I open up the book, and then the first poem that comes out that I see is A New Start. A New Start. Look at that. That is so cool. Like, come on now. Like, I really have my own poetry books. And that's something that is going to be actually a major part of my work, of my legacy, of like what I'm here to do. And because so much of my career is going to be, because so much of me actually is so intuitive and creative that I would be a fool not to implement more of that creativity. And as I say that, there goes that candle again. So I know that for me, I'm being pushed, or not pushed per se, but I'm being guided to go and share more of that intuitive work. And the reason is because I'm meant to show up in a certain way, and I'm owning that now. So what does this look like for Magic of Eden online? Well, what this looks like is I'm going to be giving a lot more of like intuitive, like guidance and things of that nature. Readings, of course, are going to stay. And also, I'm being guided to work a lot more with YouTube as well and go more into cinema and cinematic type of vibes and things like that. So it's a lot, right? Like, it is a lot, but let me, can I, ooh, hang on. How do you, welcome to live chat. Oh, okay, no one's okay. So, anyways, so what was I saying again? Sometimes I get lost. I'll see something and I'll get distracted and I'll get lost. Yes, YouTube. So I'll be doing a lot more YouTube. Like, a lot more YouTube. Like, there's a lot of things that I have to do myself, and I'm learning to be okay with that. Like, I was someone that wanted people to invite me into their space, but I'm understanding that I got to be the one to create the space. And so I'm creating a space for myself, and people will catch on when they're ready to catch on. And like, that's just kind of what the vibe is. I don't mean to be snarty, snooty or narcissist or any, I was going to say narcissistic. Lord help me. I don't know why that word's coming through right now. That's so odd. I guess the reason why I'm saying that right now is because I feel like there's so many that people have a tendency to think that people are narcissistic only because they see how much they believe in themselves. And I don't ever want to be lumped into that. And so that's why I feel the need to explain that. But even then, like, I'm realizing that I don't have to overly explain. So I'm not even going to go too deeply into that. Anyway, so yeah, like, I'm just going to be doing a lot more with YouTube. I'm going to be doing a lot more video creation, a lot more content creation, but I don't want to do it in a way that makes people feel like I'm not a part of them. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I know this is something that really irks my nerves. Like, I don't like it when people try to come on to any type of platform, right? Or wherever they're at. And then they create like this distance between them and then their soul tribe to make it appear as if there's someone that's like higher. It really irks my nerves. And like it's just something about that that grinds my gears. And I think the reason is because I'm someone that's here in my own reality, here to help create more balance and harmony with my, with my soul tribe and with the world. So when I see someone who does that and I can feel, right, like it's them just kind of being in their ego, it irks my nerves because people, as you know, can be, they can be they can be a bit gullible. And I feel like when people see that, they make them feel like, they just have to put this person above everyone else. And it's like, with me, it's like, no, you don't need to do that. Like, I want one day, and I'm setting intention for this right now, I'm speaking this out loud, to be known around, the world, but also create a worldwide community where people, we feel inclusive, where we don't feel like this other person is above someone else, or where we don't feel like we're being left out of something. Like, I want it to be where we all have a space to thrive and to succeed, right? And that's what I'm gonna do. And I feel like for me, I know for a fact that that's another reason why I was called to move to Virginia, because before I moved here, I didn't want to come here. I was upset at first. Like, I did not want to move to Virginia. I was like, no. And I'm going to get into that in the story time. And I think I'm going to do that video tonight, actually, because I feel it. And I think tonight is the night to make that video. Like, it's just something about tonight. I'm going to do it. Anyways. So yes, I really do want to start doing that more. So I'm going to be coming on here live. Now, here's also something else that is changing in the apothecary, okay? I'm going to be sharing a lot more knowledge on how I work with the planets in order to gain more wisdom, in order to also use that to not only manifest in my mundane life, but also to expand my consciousness. I'm going to be honest. I feel like manifesting is great. I think it's great. It's cool. You find out that you can manipulate energy. You can find out that you can manifest things. My magic is not just about manifesting material things. I feel like I have always felt this way, and I'm coming out saying this a lot more. Magic for me, it's not just about manifesting in the material realm. It's not. I think it's more than that. I think that you can use magic to create a better life for yourself, to create more opportunity for, you receive these abundant resources. I just think that for me, magic is also about helping you to expand your consciousness and to really dive deep into yourself and relation to the world. Like, really dive deep into yourself so that you can find your home within yourself, and then create and help to create a space like that for other people in your community and in the world, right? Like, magic for me, and I'm getting chills as I'm saying this, like, magic for me is powerful because not only does it help you to manifest and to heal, but it helps you to really understand the universe to the best of your ability, right? It really does help you to tap into your own intergalactic vibes. It really does help you to use and to channel the power that you have to inspire somebody else. And that is the reason why I feel that working your magic is so important. And I say that because, again, a lot of the work that I'm going to be doing in the apothecary that I do now, that I'm going to be showing now, is how you can use the wisdom of these planets to not only manifest, but to expand your consciousness. I am big on that. Now, for those of y'all that don't know, I have a ninth house stellium and a sign of Capricorn. I'm just gonna say it because I don't think there's many people here, but I'm gonna say it, right? I have my Sun, my Uranus, my Neptune, my Venus, my Mercury, and my Mars, and my midheaven, all in the sign of Capricorn in the ninth house. So I am an eternal student, and I'm here to learn. I'm here to expand, to grow, and to evolve. And I'm here to really dive deep into not only the mysteries of the universe, but really dive deep into people, to understand people so that I can help contribute to humanity. That's what I'm going to do, right? Like, that's just what I'm here to do. I'm here to use my wounds as a way to help me evolve so that I can also lend a helping hand to the community. Like, that baseline, right? And with these items, it's not just about you manifesting things. And also, I don't believe that we're only here to heal. I think it's so toxic to say, oh, I'm just going to heal. I'm healing. I'm healing. I'm healing. No. Yes, it's not toxic to say that. But I think it can be a little toxic to feel like that's only what you're here to do. For some people, I truly do feel like it's not always just about healing, because you're not someone that's broken. Like, you're not someone born broke. You're not born broken. right? Like you're not born that way. So I feel like, yes, it is your, sometimes it's your environment that plays it is your environment for the most part that really does play a number on how you view the world and how you view yourself. But that is not all that there is. Like life is more than just about healing. Like life is more than just about this mundane reality. Like life is about everything. And I really do feel that, and I believe that. Like that is my truth. And so I'm here to share that truth with other people. I'm here to use that truth and hope that it helps someone. And I also am hoping that when you do use any of my items, in the apothecary, that it gets you out of the mundane reality, that it helps you to tap into the intergalactic aspects of your mind. Like that's what I'm hoping that you get from these items. Now don't get me wrong, healing is essential. Like I'm not saying don't do that. Like I'm not saying don't do your shadow work or your healing work. But I do find the more that you do the work, the more that you see how connected we are to the universe, that we are the universe collectively creating and shifting reality, right? For our own selves, right? Subjectively, but also on a macroscopic level, collectively together. And so that's just simply what I'm here to do. So when you use my items, or when you use the items that I create, I should say, understand that the love and the intention that goes into these items really is to help you reach your highest potential, not just for manifestation. It's not. And I feel that the way that I'm going to do that is by working with the planets directly. I don't work my magic how other witches work their magic, right? Like, yes, I go according to the moon phases, but I also like to work with the planets directly. I don't like going through the middleman. I like going directly to the source. And that's just what I feel. Like, that's my truth. I like going directly to the source. It's one of the reasons why I don't work with like a lot of deities. I will only work with a deity if they make themselves known to me. I do not seek deities. I don't do any of that. That's my truth. It is what it is. The only deity that I've ever really worked with and that I'm working with like now is Kali. And there's a reason for that. But I'm not going to talk more. I'm not going to go into details as to the why. I just know that, she came to me, or that energy made itself known to me during a time where I was just losing myself. And that was the energy that came to me. And that is one of the only deities that I truly ever work with. So anyway, I work a lot more with like ascendant master energy, and obviously with my ancestors, like non-negotiable, right? Like ancestors all the way. So I feel like I am someone that is really big on going to the energy yourself, going to the source yourself, and not having to go through all of these other energies to get to something that you have the capacity to reach. And I think for me, the reason it's like that is because, and I'm not knocking anybody that does do that, but for me, I think the reason why it's like that is because, again, I'm heavily connected to, the ethers anyway. I'm heavily connected to the mental realm, and the reason is because of how lit up that ninth house is. And I mean, look where Mercury sits, right? Like the biggest thing that I've ever had to really deal with or work with was my own limitations and like what I believed about myself. Like, other than that, like I pretty much for the most part, yeah, like that's just how I choose to work my magic. So anyway, when you do decide to reserve anything for me, you do like just know that it is infused with planetary energy. And do I have, okay, let me see if I can pull a candle out real quick that I can show you. Oh no, this is a dominance candle. Hang on. I think I used it actually. So, okay, yeah, I believe that I used it actually. So essentially, yeah, I used it. So essentially, what I'll do is I will take like a candle, right? Like this is a dominance candle, but I'll take a candle and then I will reserve that candle for a very specific planetary body, right? For example, actually, let's just say like I have this purple candle, right? This purple candle, I will cleanse first and I will fix, and I will use it to give to or offer to Jupiter, for example, right? And the reason is because, well, for one, this candle is purple. It connects to crown chakra energy. And then what planet did you know is connected to crown chakra? Jupiter. Easy, right? But what I do is that I actually take the knowledge that I've learned in books, my own intuition, my research, studying things like that, and then I will create a candle that is geared towards that planetary body. And I know that I'm kind of everywhere, but just, hang in there with me. But the way that I do it though is I will take not only the energy of that planet, but I will also look to see how that planet is being aspected, what is going on in the stars, to see how it's working to see what wisdom can be received from that planet based on what is going on now. And that is what makes my work, I guess, different, right? And I think it's essential. And this is the reason why I feel like knowing how to read a whole chart is essential. Like, not just making a count of four, just that planet, but you have to know, to me, this is just me, like, you don't have to, like, I'm not saying you're wrong if you don't do this, but I feel like you have to know how that planet is, like, how the energies are being affected and the energy that it's giving off while it's transiting, or while, or however, you know what I mean. Anyways, so that's essentially what I do with my candles. And I also have other candles and things like that, other candles, oils, and things of that nature that I'm hoping to expand, that I will expand. I'm not going to say hope. I will expand. And I'm hoping that when I do expand, that it helps to reach the people that really need it the most, because it is all about community. And I have to trust myself. And by me trusting myself, that means that I love you guys enough, right, to even trust myself, right? Because I feel like it's just like this give and exchange. That is what I'm all about. So, yes, to wrap this up, more poetry, more in person, right? More in person things going on here. More poetry nights, more in person spaces. That kind of, I get a little nervous when I start talking about that, right? But anyway, yeah. So more in person experiences. Me creating more of an in person community, me creating more of an online community, me creating more content, me getting more of my work out there, me writing more books, me, stepping even outside of poetry books. Like, right? Like, I did not think that I would ever do that, but apparently I would be. So it just depends. More on that later down the line. And more content, by the way, around my poetry books, more content around me sharing my poetry, because it's such a, like, I don't want to say non-negotiable, but it's just such a staple for me. And it's just such a real part, a raw part of my expression, poetry. Like, I will not ever give up poetry, ever. And it will always be a part of my work, like, always. So yeah. Um I mean, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much what's changing. I'm actually going to be going in and redoing the website, taking more pictures, taking more photos, doing photo shoots. Like, that's something that I really want to get into. Never thought I would say that, but here we are. My goodness. Um yeah, that's pretty much it. That is pretty much it. I'm really grateful to be here. If you guys want or need anything, you guys can still, go onto the website. It's still up. It's gonna be around for a long time. So man's okay used to seeing it. Yeah, it's gonna be around for a very long time. And I'm also going to be setting my intention, or I already set my intention for this, but I'm gonna be calling in, getting into spaces that present the opportunity for me to be seen more on, I kind of want to say on TV, but, like, I don't know. I don't know yet, but we'll see what happens. And if not on TV, then just, YouTube and whatever else. But I'm definitely going to be making an appearance. I'm going to be making an appearance one day. Just you wait. So, yeah, this was great. Thank you for all one of you for coming. Thank you. And yeah, this is one of those moments where I have to start taking myself more seriously. I have to. And there's so many things that have been coming up for me a lot recently, and I'm moving through those things. And I'm glad that I am, because I know that when I move through them, I can actually show up and do what I need to do. And I don't mean to make it sound like it's just a duty. Like, I really do have a love for this. Like, I love doing what I do, like, genuinely. Like, I really do. Truly, I really do. I am also getting into the habit of opening up a bit more, because I understand that people are looking for a real experience. And not that I never wanted to give a real experience, but because I feel like that is just what I'm guided to do. Like, I want to give more of this type of close type of vibe, in a way where people understand it, that they know that we're all just really trying to figure it out. Like, we're all figuring this out. We're putting the pieces together. We're collecting the gems as we go along. We're collecting the seashells as we, walk across the beach. Like, that's what we're doing. Like, we're just, we're getting by and we're making it work. And I know that if you are someone that has a gift, then if you are called to share that gift, share it. Before you'll know it, you'll have your own community. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And that's why I'm here. So much love and appreciation to you. If you need anything from me, visit me online at CassandraTurner.com. And also, if you want to, I believe you may already be following along with me on Instagram at Magic of Eden. And make sure that you guys visit my website. Hit me up if you have any questions. Let me know down. Wait, this is a live video. I've been creating so many videos and I forgot this was live. All right, anyways, I love you guys and I will speak with y'all later.